For the third straight month, prices have gone up more than expected, from the rising cost of car insurance and repairs to how much you're paying at the grocery store every week.
Do you know how much one of these costs? $2 freaking.
This was $200.
We supposed to skip the power bill this month so we can buy groceries, or the mortgage?
Man, I gotta say, that is absolutely true. Everything is high. Everything continues to go up. And it's been this way with the increases ever since 2020. Prices all across the board are being raised. And the federal government doesn't care because they think they're doing a great job. But the average everyday American, they think differently.
Before the pandemic, all of these groceries, about 30 items, cost $100 on average. Now, 5 years later, according to Nielsen IQ, all this costs 33% more, meaning you'd have to skip about 10 items, like chicken, bread, milk, and bananas to make your $100 budget.
Tonight, Americans hoping to see the Federal Reserve cut interest rates as early as June may now have a longer wait, with inflation climbing for the third straight month.
The prices is too high.
The Consumer Price Index up 3.5% in March from a year ago, fueled by higher costs for rent, car insurance, clothes, medical care, and gas.
I used to fill it up for $35. It was a beautiful thing.
And now it's 45.
45, and sometimes it's 60 between food and gas. It's had a big impact.
At Alexandria Jones Vintage Shop in Chicago, rent just jumped from $1,400 to $1,800 a month.
I have to do a sale. I have to bring people in just so I can be able to deal with what is, the inevitable of my rent being $400 more than it was.
To combat inflation, the Fed increased borrowing costs to a 22-year high, making it more expensive to pay for a new mortgage, car, or credit card.
There it is. Everything is high. You have to do without to buy groceries because you can only afford a certain amount in your budget. Rents are going up. Mortgages have gone up. That store in Chicago, her rent went up $400 a month, and that's a resale shop. So she has to basically put things on sale so she can afford to pay an extra $400 a month rent. Borrowing, forget it. Interest rates are sky high. Mortgages, new cars, and you heard it, credit card debt. People can't afford Joe Biden's economy, or what he likes to call Bidenomics. But don't tell that to my favorite people to talk about, the windbags on The View. Because according to them, Joe's doing a great job. Nothing's wrong. And according to Whoopi, if people knew anything about civics, they wouldn't think Joe Biden was doing such a bad job.
What I hear when I talk to undecideds is the grocery bills are...
Yes, but if people knew civics, they would know that that's not his... Listen, he doesn't...
There are absolutely things that Biden can do to address it, and grocery prices have jumped 25% over 4 years.
What can he do?
Hang on real quick. This is the reality. It's the most immediate and repetitive thing. You have to buy groceries every week.
We get that. I get all of that. But the question is, what do you want him to do? Because what can he do?
He can challenge the major grocery chains if he wants to. There are things that he can do with that. He can encourage the Fed to do.
Can he take them to court?
So far, we're in a free country.
I would say, let her answer.
No, there are a number of things that can be done, but to just say, I wash my hands, that's not my problem. You can't afford groceries.
Can he take them to court? Because
no, it's not a matter of taking them to court.
I see what you're saying. Even as campaigning on things like that helps, because I think also making room for immigration would be helpful here. One of the things, if you're looking towards the election, if you want to grab people and get them voting, immigration is one of the most agreed upon problems.
But here's the problem. He goes and he takes care of what he's supposed to be taking care of, which is the bridge and how to open it. Hold on,
I don't think that's what Ron Klain was saying. He was talking about him going to ribbon cutting the infrastructure projects. I get he might have sounded tone deaf with the bridge.
But here's the thing. You know, people are bitching if he does stuff. They bitch if he doesn't do stuff. Listen, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But I'm pissed off. I'll tell you what,
Americans are spending 11% of their income on food. The most
I'm an American. I'm a little pissed off about having overpriced stuff, but I tell you what I'm really pissed off about. I'm really pissed off that people seem to think that the American citizen is a wallet where you can just get your hand in here. That's what I want to talk. I want to talk about why the people in New Jersey now are facing not just getting the prices raised on the buses and trains. No. This is on the Jersey side.
Yeah, I know,
now.
but it's all part of the same.
But the congestion pricing isn't making me as nuts as
I just want to underscore, because I think it's a fair point. There's not like one box he can check and suddenly grocery prices go down. That would be ridiculous to suggest. But what is being told by advisors is you need to speak to what people are feeling. You need to speak to this very real reality. I make a lot of money. I put a red onion back the other day because it was $4.99. That's ridiculous.
And there they are in all their wisdom. They just don't get it. They are so far removed from reality because they have been fed so much Democrat propaganda that they have to put out in the airways. They don't even see that the average American is really suffering, nor do they care because they're all very wealthy people. They don't care about gas prices or grocery prices or rent or mortgage or credit card or anything else. But when Alyssa Farah tries to say Biden can do something, well, what could he do? Is Joe Biden not the president of the United States? I'm pretty sure that if he knew what was going on, he could turn things around to help the people. But he is not doing that. He helps certain groups of people. And then Sarah Haynes chimes in, campaigning on that is good, but immigration is a big issue right now. You bet your ass immigration is a big issue because we're being invaded from other countries. And you know where all the money's going? That they could be lowering our costs? It's going to take care of, they call them the newcomers. I call them illegal immigrants that don't belong in our country unless they do it the right way. And then Sonny Hostin, well, what can he do? Take him to court? And she's supposed to be the genius attorney, okay? It just goes to show you, they don't care about people. They've been fed again all the propaganda they have to spew, and nothing bothers them. But Whoopi did say, you heard her say it, well, Biden's doing what he's supposed to do. Take care of the bridge. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? That statement, that bridge fell, last week, 2 weeks ago, however long it was in Baltimore? So all his focus, if he has any focus, is on bridges. Bridges have been falling since Joe Biden took office and long before Joe Biden even became president. The federal government doesn't care about infrastructure. Where's Build Back Better? The slogan, Joe Biden, Build Back Better. Nothing's built, nothing's better. Things are crumbling. Our infrastructure is crumbling around us. But Whoopi said Biden's busy taking care of the bridge. Well, what about since 2020 until that bridge fell? What's he been doing? He's been destroying our country. He could be doing something or have the people who are running the show do something to help the American consumer. People are losing everything because landlords, their mortgages are going up, so the rents have to go up. Grocery store chains, the food makers have to go, their prices go up to manufacture these things, so the stores have to raise prices. It's a supply chain issue. There's so many different things that Joe Biden can get involved in that could stop the high prices. He wants everything electric. Everything's got to be electric. Gas prices are through the roof. And we've all seen these big EV mandates, all the charging stations. Where are they, Joe? You are building them everywhere. I don't see any. I live in the smallest state in the country. I don't see any. It's all nonsense. This administration cares not about the American consumer. They are out of touch with reality when it comes to being your everyday average American. White collar, blue collar, everyone is hurting. And I'm going to tell you how out of touch he is. He's too busy having lavish campaign events with all the A-listers. Who gives a shit about the A-listers? They're doing nothing for me, and I'm pretty sure they're not doing anything for you. And just the other night, he has this big fancy state dinner for the president of Japan or premier of Japan, whatever they call him. And who do you think is there? Bill and Hillary Clinton, Robert De Niro, one of the biggest mouths in Hollywood, because if Joe Biden's not in office, he can't continue to do everything he's doing because you know he's involved in all of that nonsense, okay? Kathy Hochul from New York governor was there. All the bleeding hearts who want to take care of the immigrants and the LGBTQs and all those other groups that are going to vote for these people and put them back in office. They are out of touch with reality. I can't say it enough. Undecided voters are making the View women very nervous because they think, oh no, if Joe doesn't do anything, they're not going to vote for our buddy. They shouldn't vote for Joe Biden because what has he done for anyone other than wealthy people? Speaking of wealthy, Amazon king Jeff Bezos was at the state dinner too. So that's another one, okay? Bill Gates wants to manufacture meat in a laboratory. Give me a break with all these woke liberals. They don't know the struggle today in 2024. They see what Biden is doing, destroying our country, but they don't care because as long as Joe's in office, they can continue to do anything and everything they want. And old Joe will sign anything. Just put it in front of him and he'll sign it. He has no idea what it is, but he's going to put that signature on it. These women on The View, they just need to go away. I'm sorry, I say it every time. I don't mean to drag this on, but reality to me is trying to survive, go to work every day, pay my bills, buy groceries, get gas in the cars, and maybe have a few bucks to spend. But that doesn't happen a lot because the Democrats of today do not care. Any undecided voter, like Trump or not, because you're offended by him, he is the one to change this. And he's the only one. But they're going to continue to try to put him in prison before the election because they'll do anything to put their puppet, Joe Biden, back in office. These people are a disgrace to our country for what they're doing to everyday Americans.